Alright, this is my video response for my job shadow I did on BJ and Migs, the morning show at KISW 99.9 Seattle, The Rock. And it was a lot of fun, I would have to say. I had to go there Thursday night to Seattle just to make sure I can get there on time. And secondly, not stress as much, because anyone who knows me knows I stress out a lot, but that's neither here nor there. When I got there, I had someone let me up. They had someone let me up to the 16th floor, which is where their studio was. I got introduced to everyone, and then I got to meet a couple of people to do more of the behind-the-scenes stuff. Got to learn about, the social media, how social media is run for their show, what they do to keep posting the most relevant stuff, how they're always searching for news topics, what's trending. And also, I got to learn about editing the audio as it goes for highlights and sweepers for later in the show. I got to learn that, and they used a machine that uploads the each and every hour of what goes on live at KISW. I also learned that they definitely, once every hour is over, it's recorded into a system for about a couple months in an archive for about a couple months at a time, which was really cool. And how they pull that out of that archive and edit it for quick sweepers for later in the show or later in the week, which was really cool. Then I got to go into the calling booth studio, which is a studio right behind the main studio, where the show was going on. I got to learn from Justin Roberts, I think his name was, or the Reverend Enfuego. He was a cool dude. Definitely, gave me a few tips as far as being better on air. Improv classes, just getting to know the people you work with. That way, chemistry works off, and then listening first before talking. But his job was used to bring in callers, to have people call in and have them preview them ahead of time, so no crazy person's gonna call in, and then once he hears their story, then he types it into a computer, which relays to the host, and then he has no access to that monitor, but he can see what's being typed on there as the show continues. Also, he showed me the Adobe Audition, what they use, the audio edit software that they use, which I was familiar with because I worked for 88.1 The Berg, and we use the same system, so it was pretty easy to follow along there. But he pulls audio from earlier in the show, and then they play a play of the day, which is kind of the highlight of earlier the show that they possibly missed. And it was the fact that he got done fairly quickly, it was really cool. And then I got to sit in the main studio for the second half of the show, and that was a lot of fun. Steve Miggs, the bald guy, the guy I emailed to Job Shadow, super nice guy. He told me, just keep practicing for doing on-air stuff. Just keep talking, and it'll come to you eventually. Do podcasts, and he also told me to just expand my horizons as far as majoring. That way I'm more versatile. And BJ Shade it was really cool to offer me some advice. Just keep talking and practicing, and just kind of give me some words of wisdom. And what was really cool is, you know, getting to know them. They're really cool dudes, and they even potentially they said, you know, they would help me out for a summer internship for their show at KASW, which I thought was really cool. And it's kind of crazy how, you know, just getting a foot in the door would make all the difference in the world. So that was my experience. Hope this is acceptable enough of a video. Give me an A.